Welcome to our Mystery Ranch Urban Assault review. I have been seeing this backpack everywhere. I live in Hong Kong, and I swear to God, every other dude on the train is wearing some color variation of this backpack. So today we're gonna do an unboxing of the Mystery Ranch Urban Assault. I'll give you my initial impressions, and we'll test out some of the features so you can know whether or not this is the backpack for you. All right, let's check this bad boy out. So, I'll be honest, there's a part of me that's a little confused as to why this is such a popular backpack, but also a part of me that completely gets it right off the bat. And let's talk about just sort of the gist of the Mystery Ranch Urban Assault. It should be noted, this is the 21 liter and it comes in all different sizes. There's an 18, 26, 24. 21 liters for me is perfect for everyday carry. It's that sweet spot between being big enough to carry enough stuff, but not too big as to where it's like really bulky and getting in the way and super heavy. When talking about this bag, the single most noticeable characteristic and attribute is what's going on with the zipperage. And there's two things to take into consideration with this zipperage, this trifecta of zipperage. The first, aesthetics. The second, functionality. Let's talk about the aesthetics. Most backpacks are top loaders or have 270-degree access zipperage. But this, which they refer to as 3-zip technology, it just looks different. It looks cool. It's got a little outdoorsiness to it without like screaming, "I'm a hiker!" It's just sort of a cool combination of both urban and outdoorsy. But let's talk about the functionality of the 3-zip technology. And we got two aspects within the aspect of functionality. The first is waterproofness. The way that this is designed is that, first of all, these zips are waterproof, right? And they're really chunky, big zips with this PU coating to make sure ain't no water getting in there. But then with the overlap right here and just the way that it's designed, it's really, really, really waterproof. And the second part is how quick it is supposed to be to open. Pretty quick. That's pretty awesome. Not a lot of bags can do that. It wasn't as like, lightning fast, seamless as I thought it was going to be. For these chunky zips though, it's gonna require a bit more oomph, and especially if you're doing this, it's like oomph. But it's pretty satisfying at the same time. Super minimalist in the interior. We've only got a couple of side pockets. Yep, 1 and 2 side pockets, and then a tech storage area, and then the actual main compartment. You've got a top pocket, the key ring holder, yet again, this mesh right here. We'll talk about the mesh in some detail in the next section. And holy moly, that is it. It's really minimalist in terms of like pockets and features. If you like to accessorize your bag or carry things with carabiners, you got these guys on the bottom here. Really impressive. Wow, I really like what's going on with these shoulder straps. I'm a fan of really cushiony shoulder straps. I like a mattressy experience. It's just like a cloud upon your shoulders. Not super stoked about the lack of back ventilation. We'll get to that in a minute. But I do like the materials. It's got like a denim-y sort of a feel to it. And as for the price, mine costs around 160 US dollars, but the price for each Urban Assault backpack varies depending on the size, the colors, and the materials that are being used for the pack. Is it worth that price tag, 160? It's not too expensive, but it's not too cheap. Let's really dive in, and by the end, I'll let you know if I think this is worth the price tag. Let's start by talking about the front of the Mystery Ranch Urban Assault backpack. So really, we talked about this trifecta of zipperage, AKA the 3-zip technology. It's really this backpack's calling card. I haven't seen it done like this before, and just sort of playing with it a little bit, like it's kind of fun, it's kind of cool. I like how Mystery Ranch really takes their functionality seriously, because we've got these extra heads on the zipper pulls right here just for additional functionality. They could have went with a more stylish approach, just have something a little more like minimalist, you know, but at the end of the day, with how chunky these zippers are and how, you know, oomphy they are, having this little pull tab right there is extremely helpful. These are YKK zips. What are they, like number 300 or something? Number 10, I was close. Number 10 are basically the biggest zips that you'll find on a backpack. They're chunky, they're beefy, and they're super durable. Again, with the materials, this particular green color material has like a denim-y sort of a feel to it, maybe a bit softer than a denim. It's gonna be highly water resistant, and it'll develop some character. You can already see it's getting like a little bit of cracklage right there, and like I like that though. I think that it adds a little extra look to the vibe of the bag. But again, You don't have to get this camo-y sort of one. They have literally hundreds of colors available. I was overwhelmed with how many options. I liked the camo one that I went with, but no matter what you're looking for, Mystery Ranch has got your back. Now, if you're trying to open this main zip right here, you're gonna wanna like grab maybe the top of the bag so you can have a little bit of leverage, right? But the cool thing is that on the bottom, they gave this little pull tab right there. So when you're trying to re-zip the bag, this gives you the little bit extra leverage on the bottom. It's actually a pretty smooth zipping experience. Yeah, with that pull tab right there, it's super easy. What else is super easy, Margaret? Hitting the like button. She said it, not me. Like I said earlier too, on the bottom we have these external lash points, great for a carabiner if you want to carry something, dangling on the bottom, whether it's a water bottle, hand sanitizer, a backup mask. That's what these are for. Unfortunately, there's nothing on the other side because you could have had like a system in place. You're putting maybe a tripod on the bottom for your photography setup, but nothing there, so important to keep in mind. And finally, we got the branding of the Mystery Ranch right here. It's a little bit louder than some of its contemporaries, right? Like if you look at like some more urban packs, like Air, it's like you can't even see their branding, they're like Air. The Mystery Ranch is like, I'm Mystery Ranch. I'm here, I'm loud, and I'm proud. And I like how the colors of the patch match the colors of the actual bag and the zippers. Yeah, overall, I think that it gives a nice little element to the brand. And speaking of brands, Nomads Nation is a brand that is dedicated relentlessly to doing the best backpack and travel gear reviews on the web. So if you love everyday carry and travel gear, be sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, next up, let's chat about the middle. Not too much to discuss here. There's really nothing happening on either side, which is really interesting. Because you would really suspect that a backpack that has a little more of an outdoorsy vibe, it's urban, but it's urban outdoorsy mix, that it would have a water bottle holder. And this has none. Some people are going to be so mad about this. On the pro side though, as to where you don't have the water bottle holders on the side, it does help to give the bag a more sort of streamlined look. And then on the outside of the top, we have one pocket, YKK zip again. I'm gonna guess you're a 6, 8. And pretty basic pocket. We've got this mesh right here. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not crazy about this mesh. It's super rigid. Like I feel like you could chop a diamond in half with this. Like it's really rough, but on the bright side as to where it sort of lacks like a premium feel, it's gonna be durable. I assume it should stand the test of time. This pocket actually extends down into this V shape right there, which makes it nice, gives it a little more beefiness to it. And you have a key ring solution. I think that I'm not crazy about this because you're like, why, Aaron? That's a good spot for your keys. And it's like, it is. Let's say you need your keys, you're coming home after a long hike. Here's the front door to your apartment. You're like, oh yeah, I'm so tired. I just can't wait to get in the shower and watch an episode of BoJack. That's right. You gotta take your bag off. You gotta unzip it here, and then you gotta like one hand. It's not long enough as to where you can so it's a little bit of a hassle when it comes to a key ring solution. Just something to be aware of. And with this compartment, it should be mentioned, you also have these pull tabs, which just makes it easier to open and close the compartment. But now, let's get inside this bad boy. So we can do it this way, which is the fun way. And then now we're in. We sort of talked about the interior before, but let's really get into depth with it and talk about each section. So we got these side pockets here, YKK zip numero 8. Yet again, I'm not crazy about the mesh. One interesting thing about these side pockets too is that they didn't sew them into the actual bag. You got this space right here, which is interesting. Margaret and I were just trying to figure out WTF, why this exists, but I think it's just nice to have that extra space, and maybe you do have a big beefy water bottle. I'm talking like a big one. Why not? As opposed to putting it here, you put it there and it sort of gives you a little extra room on the side compartment. I dig it. Now let's talk about the tech compartment. We've got the same materials that are used on the exterior of the bag, this like soft denim-y feel is the same material that's used here. There's a little bit of padding there, actually a decent amount of padding, which is great extra protection for your laptop. And then this right here, we got a little bit of padding as well, and then no padding for this guy, and all of which is secured via Velcro. Let's see if my laptop fits. I got a 13-inch MacBook Pro. I suspect like a glove. See that? I wouldn't say it's the most secure laptop situation, but let's be honest, you're gonna be wearing your bag like this Even if you put the bag down, the laptop's secured, and even if for some reason your bag falls upside down, it's still probably not going anywhere. Just out of curiosity, does it fit in the smaller one? Oh, wow, my 13-inch MacBook Pro even fits in the smaller one. Oh, actually, we didn't even test if it's, let's see if there's a suspended bottom. A suspended bottom is when they leave a little extra space at the bottom in case your bag hits the ground so it doesn't smash. Oh yeah, okay. 10 points for the suspended bottom. Do you see that right there? Margaret, see if you can get in closer and show this. So there's actually a pretty awesome suspended bottom right here. You see this? This is the bottom of the laptop compartment, and this is the bottom of the bag, and you got like a good inch of space, which just means that if you slam your bag down, your laptop's not gonna get effed up. So it's a good laptop holder. Suspended bottom, 10 out of 10. Materials, 7 out of 10. Padding, 7 out of 10. It's good. Finally, let's discuss the back of the pack. Start at the top, we have a little handle up here. This is good for just carrying your bag this way if you need, but also hanging it up, a little hook action. Not much more to say. For the hardware, we got some really good hardware here. We got it by Flex. They do phenomenal hardware. It's durable, it'll last the test of time. We've got a little top loader suspension system up here. These guys are helpful for when you're wearing the bag and you want to take a little bit extra pressure off your back. You go ahead and just sort of pull these, and it brings the bag like closer here. It helps to more evenly distribute the weight. And speaking of distributing weight and good stuff for your back, we've got a sternum strap right here. Also helps to take the pressure off the back, distribute it towards the torso a little bit. What are you? Hold on, let's investigate. And so this is interesting. I've reviewed hundreds of backpacks and I've seen hundreds of sternum straps. I've never seen one quite like this before. So in essence, we've got a plastic hardware right here and then this bungee right here. The plastic hardware is good because it can easily be moved up or down, but it doesn't matter if the bungee is applied or not, it's still easy to sort of move up or down. Our research indicates that this is for a water bladder. So if you're going hiking and you got like the Camelback, right, with a long ass straw, you can use this to sort of put the water there and secure it in place. My only problem with that is I don't see anywhere on this bag that supports a water bladder, any holes that you can weave the water bladder through. So maybe maybe you gotta carry it externally. I'm not really sure. Not 100% my expertise. I feel a little vulnerable right now. If you know what this is and how it works in the water bladder, please let me know in the comments below. But the sternum straps themselves, as sternum straps, get the job done. Clip into place. Unfortunately, we got a little dangle going on there. You see that? I hate that. And I gotta admit, at this price point, I think there should be no dangle. But while I'm a little uncertain about my thoughts on the sternum strap, I am very certain that I friggin' love these shoulder straps. They are squishy. They are comfortable. They are padded, but they don't feel cheap. They just feel good, man. And with the shoulder straps, we've got a really nice material right here that helps to give it a little extra breathability, which is super important. But while I like the shoulder straps, we got another problem a little further south, which is another dangle situation. You see these guys? We got a lot of excess nylon going on. And yet again, at this price point, I would have appreciated if my backpack had a couple of web holders, right? And I could just sort of slide these like that. I mean, what looks better? Is the excess dangle, does it annoy you as much as it annoys me? It really irks me. Let me know in the comments below. Should be noted too with the shoulder straps that you can also hang things off of these lash points right here, mainly carabiners. Also, a quick shout out to Suburban Hong Kong for lending us the Mystery Ranch Urban Assault. Suburban.com.hk is one of the best sites to grab everyday carry or travel gear. Check them out. Let's talk about this back panel. There's things I like about it and there's things that I don't. What I like the padding and the materials. I really like it. Just like you got this breathability on the mesh and a really comfortable experience on the shoulder straps, that's extended to the back panel. It's got a nice bit of padding to it. It's a real comfortable experience, and this mesh, it just breathes, baby. But on the flip side, you're not really getting any ventilation with a back panel like this. This will be a little bit more plastered on your back, especially on them hot, sweaty summer days. And that's it. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. Pro number one is the tri-zip experience, both from a aesthetics and a functionality perspective. It's just cool. Pro number two is some really, really comfortable shoulder straps. And pro number three is like the nearly unlimited amount of color options. Whatever colors or vibe you're looking for, Mystery Ranch has got your back. But flip side, let's talk about some of the cons. Con number one for many of y'all is gonna be the lack of a water bottle holder. That includes the outside and the inside. Con number 2 is that I wish that there was more ventilation on the back panel. And con number 3 is I'm really not crazy about the dangle situation on the sternum strap. And speaking of the sternum strap, I still don't know what you are for. If you know what these are for, please let me know in the comments. So all the pros and all the cons taken into consideration. If you're like, Mystery Ranch ain't no mystery for me, I'm positive I'm getting that one. That was such a bad joke. But if you want the Mystery Ranch backpack, we do recommend that you make your purchase using the first link in the description, just right down there. That link makes sure that you get the best price, and it also helps to support our Nomads Nation YouTube channel. Thank you very much. But let's say you're not sold. You're close, you've stuck around this long, but you're just not 100% sure, and you're like, I wish I could have some alternative recommendations, and I'm like, I got your back. Alternative recommendation number 1 is if you're like, I like this whole urban, outdoorsy fusion, but I'm just not digging the 3 zippers as much as I thought I was going to for the Mystery Ranch. In that case, I recommend checking out the Boundary Supply Prima System. Such a dope look. It's like adventure-y, but yeah, it wouldn't be out of place in a city. It's a 25 liter that can expand to 30 liters, and it's got a ton of features and functionality. To watch our full review on the Boundary Supply Prima System, take a look in the description below and you'll find a link to our full video. Alternative recommendation number 2 is going to be the Wander Duo. And this is for you if you're also looking for like an urban/adventure backpack, but just something that looks a little bit sleeker. It's got a really cool look to it while never compromising on functionality. It's one of my favorite EDCs that I've ever reviewed. To learn more about the Wander Duo backpack, take a look in the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. And alternative recommendation number 3 is going to be the Able Carry Daily Backpack. This is for you if, again, you're looking for an outdoorsy, indoorsy backpack, but you just don't like the vibe of the Mystery Ranch. You want something really simple, but still has a bit of quirkiness to it. The Able Carry Daily Backpack's much smaller. It's 13 liters, but it's got a beautiful build, great functionality, and it's one of the biggest surprises of any backpacks that I ever reviewed. I just love that bag. To learn more about the Able Carry Daily Backpack, take a look at the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. So what do you think? Did you enjoy the review? If you did, the best way to let us know is just to get that like button a little. That communicates to both us and the YouTube robots that we're doing a good job. But also, I wanna know, do you like the bag? Is the tri-zipper situation as cool as you were anticipating? Do you also get irked like me by excess dangle, especially at this price point? What are your thoughts on the lack of a water bottle holder? I want to hear exactly what you got to say in the comments below. I'm Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll see you next time.